The Bible actually makes a whole lot of sense when you put it back in its proper context as an astrological calendar of world events. Most of the main figures in the Bible, the characters, were stars or planets. Put it back in that context makes perfect sense. Like, Lucifer, the morning star, was actually Venus. Now, it's Christmas Eve, so apparently, at this time of year, the constellation Virgo, translating into the old language as Virgin, has her legs open. And the Christmas star lines up with the 3 stars of Orion's belt, pointing in between her legs. The 3 stars in Orion's belt are the 3 wise men. The Christmas star, I'm not even sure which star that is. That's up for debate. So, the virgin birth was the Virgo birth. It was talking about a time, not a thing. Problem is that the Bible's a book of metaphors. It's not a literal text. Like the snake in the Garden of Eden, well, snakes in metaphorical old language represented knowledge, and there was the snake wrapped around the tree of knowledge. I should point out that in that particular tale, the snake told the truth, and Jehovah lied. Jehovah said, "Eat of this tree and you will perish." The snake said, "Eat of this fruit and you will know the knowledge of good and evil and of your own existence." And that's how they figured out that they were naked. And Jehovah couldn't peep on them, so he got kind of butthurt about that part. Now, the Christians at the Council of Nicaea did the hard part for us. They relinked Jesus' mythos to the mythos of the sun god. And they said that. He came right out and said it. To further legitimize the tale of Jesus, we are going to attach him to the date associated with the birth of God since the dawn of time. That would be a couple days after the winter solstice, after the sun dies, goes down beyond the horizon for 3 days, then rises from the grave. That entire thing of Jesus dying and then rising from the grave, that's the sun god. Why did the sun god die and rise from the grave? Well, he sacrificed himself for the people. And every time the sun god dies, he sacrifices himself to a crop or something like that. Like a sun god dies at summer solstice and becomes John Barleycorn, the life of the fields. So immediately God tends to become something else, but the winter solstice, he's dead for 3 days and rises right around the 24th, 25th. That tends to be where that happens. So they associated Jesus with the sun, and then everything about him after that is associated with old sun god mythos. Now, if you like this kind of thing, you want to read the Bible again with new eyes, learn these things. The Sumerians talked about the birth of the solar system, and they seemed to be watching it from third-person perspective, where it was like a pinball game of molten masses slamming into each other, bouncing off each other, and eventually achieving orbits and becoming the solar system that we know now. During that formation period, however, there was a planet named Cain that was on an elliptical orbit, an oval, and the other planets were getting on a regular orbit. And there was this other planet called Abel. And in the text, Cain slays his brother Abel in the Sumerian text. But the Cain that slays Abel is a planet that slams into Abel, destroying the planet Abel and creating an asteroid belt of Abel's remains. Well, we have an asteroid belt right there. The Sumerians seem to know everything about the solar system, the universe, everything. But in the Sumerian tales, they were still planets. All of these tales in the Bible are old as dirt and told by previous cultures. But most of those previous cultures spoke of them as planets and or stars. If you put the Bible into the context, back into the context of planets and or stars, damn thing makes a whole lot of sense. But that's the only way that it makes a whole lot of sense. It can't make any sense as a literal text. There's no way scientifically that any of that was going to happen. It can be easily disproven. But you make the characters back into stars and planets, and all of a sudden, you got a pretty interesting calendar of human history. So, happy fucking Christmas. Uncle Birch out.